Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the box office figures for Doctor Who. Yes, they showed the 2-episode finale in theatres. It was pretty bad. Pretty goddamn bad, actually. We've got the comparison to other things as well. Other finales of Doctor Who. So we're going to take a look at this. Please do hit subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on. Yeah, let's take a look, shall we? I want to show you first and foremost the ratings, the 7-day figures from last week's episode. So not the week just gone, the finale, but the last week's episode. They're actually about what you'd expect because they've been consistent across the board with the plus 7 days plus BBC iPlayer figures. They're consistent always. They always drop in around the 1.4 to 1.5 million mark. They've never really gone over that, and it stayed the same throughout this entire series or season, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, here we have it. As you can see here, this is Doctor Who TV. I like to use their website. They're really, really good with stuff like this, actually. Good website. So, for those that have always said consistently the BBC iPlayer figures are what matters, this show has never crossed the 5 million mark. Ever. It's been abysmal from start to finish. So, we can see it all here. And the raw data just speaks for itself. It's consistently lost viewership. Again, I mean, well, just scroll down. You can see it all, literally all of it here, aside from episode 8, which, I mean, it's not going to be much more than 3.5 when that does drop in. But last week's episode, plus 7, plus 4 screen, plus BBC iPlayer, is only 3.5 million total. So that's its overnight views, plus recorded views, plus 7 days, plus BBC iPlayer. That's all of it. 3.5 million for episode 7. Now the argument could be that some people, I guess, went, saved it to watch it in theatres because there was like a 2-episode thing. Maybe, but unlikely. I mean, you can just track it. Just looking at the raw data, Doctor Who is in a really sorry state. It's really bad. Started at 4 million, it peaked at 4.06 million. And at lowest, it was at 3.38 million. It's not good. Like, that's embarrassing. It's pretty damn bad. But again, you can see here is that consistently it was 1.4 to 1.5 million views with a BBC iPlayer. I guess consistent in that regard. I'm a little bit suspect with how consistent it is. I don't know. I could extrapolate from that what I think massively. I would assume there's a certain amount of sort of institutions that are consistently showing things on BBC iPlayer. There could be things like hospitals. There could be things like the doctors, doctor surgeries, GPs, and some other sort of governmental institutions which are showing these kind of things. It could be that. I don't know. But I will say I'm very suspect with the consistency of the viewership on BBC iPlayer, because as the viewership dropped on all of the overnight ratings, it remained entirely consistent across the board with a plus 7 plus BBC iPlayer. That is odd. That is odd. Like, I mean, it's 1.4, 1.5. It's incredibly consistent. It would make more sense if it was a little bit more inconsistent. That would be bit more believable, I think. Now, I'm not going to... Again, I don't know what it is, whether they're fudging the numbers or not, but it's very odd. But anyway, I thought we would take a look at some of the figures here. So this is Variety, and they obviously have the box office figures. They did release it... well, they've released this today, actually. Sorry. This did drop yesterday, though. Some people were posting it yesterday. But it says here, in 4th place, Cine Live's theatrical release of the Doctor Who 2-episode finale, The Legend of Ruby Sunday, and Empire of Death, earned only £364,353. It's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Now, they don't actually show what that is up against, kind of like the other things. A like for like, I guess, other finales. But Star Whovian, who actually does follow me, so shout out to Star Whovian, they released the numbers here. It says the UK box office numbers for the Doctor Who finale Empire of Death has been released. 364,253. I think that is that exactly the same? 353. So I got the 2 to 3 wrong, but never mind. For comparison, the 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor, in 2013, made £1.8 million. £1.8 million at the box office. 1.8 million. It's not double. I mean, it's not quadruple. That's a significant difference. That is very significant. I would say actually that is, very damning. There's some people arguing in the comment section about this, and they say it's not fair to compare them. The 50th anniversary special had far greater significance than this Doctor Who finale. I personally wasn't motivated for exactly that reason. And they reply, says, I'd agree it's not fair to compare them for the reason that the ticket prices for the 50th anniversary were around £12 at the time compared to £25 for Empire of Death. Day of the Doctor did 6 times better numbers with tickets at half the price. Yeah, you can't really argue with these numbers. The tickets to this were also £12. I went, so no, that wasn't the price. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if that is the case, maybe. Let's have a look and see if other people have confirmed that. I wouldn't pay £25 to see any film. £12 is far more tempting. Apparently it's £15. Don't talk bollocks. I mean, it's not consistent across the board. Someone says 12, someone says 15, someone says 13. I would say that is not exactly... Well, this is not an argument. Bro has never heard of inflation. Yeah, so 300,000 should be significantly more, shouldn't it? Dumbass. Even if it isn't. What are you on about? That doesn't make any sense. You're making the argument for him. You turd. Apparently this person paid £8. So it's not consistent across the board, actually. But even if you are... I mean... Still, 300 versus 1.8 million is still utterly atrocious. There's no argument with that. And someone's like, it was literally the 4th highest of the day in the UK. Yeah, but if you're comparing it like for like, tard, that's not good. What are you waffling on about? The fact that if you're comparing it like for like, it's awful, obviously. Again, people loving this cope. It's not fair to compare it, blah, 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 whatever. It's dead. Like, it is well and truly dead. We'll get one more season because they've shot it. I don't know whether they'll renew it for another one. But the box office figures are atrocious. You know, £360,000 to £1.8 million. Nearly 10 years ago, 11 years ago now. It's not good. That's pretty goddamn bad. Again, adjust it for inflation. That £1.8 million is how high? Quite a lot. So, yeah, £360,000 box office is bad. It's really bad. And there were some images circulating of half-empty theatres. Well, near-empty theatres. So, there you go. What do you say? I mean, these figures alone, very suspect. 1.4, 1.5 million consistently. It's a bit odd. I stand by that. It is a bit odd. But let me know what you guys think down below. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye now.